I'm begging you, come on now, try your mind. I can see that old train. We don't hurry, she won't be back again. Oh, hallelujah. Shine down on the Joshua tree. Send your mountains down on the little breeze. Touch her arm and she might.
Hello, baby girl. How are you? Hey, Brenda, Jerry, Kaylee, Jimmy Collins, Leslie, Deborah. How's it going? Tim Walker, Debbie Johnson, Brenda Mahill, Johnny Wells, how you doing? Kevin, how you doing? Easter, how you doing, ma'am? Yeah, we're getting ready. Got my coffee in, so we're going to go. Actually, I had somebody tell me we got too much fluff before we get down to the subject matter. Well, that's fine. That's fine. You know, that's just how we do it because we like to visit with our family. Speaking of family, did you guys see that we got the YouTube page up and going? We did a premiere today of last Friday's live stream. So, yeah, it was pretty good. Had 20-something people come over to watch it. So, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming over to watch it. So, but, okay, so, I'm going to say the pledge so we can get going here. Hello, Jeremy. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Jerry C., how you doing? All right. All right, let's get this started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Well, like I said, we got our deal going there on YouTube today. Had a premiere on it. I hope the people that came and watched it liked it. It was something brand new and something we're going to be doing. We got that YouTube channel up and going. It's the Mr. Brutally Honest Show. So, yeah, you guys go there, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit the little bell thing so you get the notifications when we're going to do stuff. That way we're going to try to send notifications out and go from there. Okay. So first off, I want to say thank you to Anne Marie for supporting us. She just sent some support, and I do appreciate that, ma'am. And she is also in the raffle for the blanket. So thank you, Anne Marie. That means a lot. Also, this fundraiser is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Coming fast. 11 days. So we're going to need some help. If any one of you guys would like to help us, I'm going to start getting in touch with a lot of the other people that do live streams and see if they would like to help out this fundraiser for Mr. Brutally Honest. I'm going to try to get hold of Jeremy. I already talked to him about once, and of course, Will and them guys, and see if they'd be interested in helping out. Because as we do this, we got to come together. We got to support each other, and we got to help each other grow. And, you know, it sounds like we're beating a dead horse, but your donations really helps us get things going. It helps us build things the way that need to be done so we can keep you guys informed. That way we can bring you the best of everything we can. And without you guys, it just wouldn't exist. And it's a shame to say, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. So I do not know if Donna's going to join tonight or not. As you guys can see, she's walking around. But hopefully she does. Hopefully she does. We got a lot of good things to talk about. One of my things I want to talk about tonight, though, is everything that the Democrats are spouting. Everything that the Democrats are constantly talking about is trickling down to the populace. And when it trickles down to the populace, they don't want to take responsibility for anything they say. They don't want to take responsibility for any of their actions. They do not want to take responsibility for their words and what they're trying to incite. You know, I've spent the last couple of days, every chance I could, looking through things. And I tried to find anything and everything where a conservative, a Republic, or a moderate has really tried to incite violence, tried to incite rhetoric coming from anywhere. I haven't found any yet. Haven't found none. I haven't found any conservative, any Republican, any moderate throwing out the rhetoric, throwing out the hate, throwing out the nonchalant bullshit that the left is. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen the blame game. You know, right now the Democrats are blaming the president for the bomber, the shooter, and everything else. But, you know, it's real convenient that they forgot. They forgot that they said, Maxine Waters came out and said, if you see a conservative, a Trump supporter, go at him. Go after him. Tell him he's not welcome here. Whether it's in a grocery store, gas station, restaurant, anywhere. Go at him. You know, look what they did to Mitch McConnell. Look what they did to Ted Cruz. Look what they did to Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk. You know, look at what they've been doing. The left has been coming out. That's because everything these progressive Democrats have been saying has been trickling down to the populace. And with that, they think it's okay. They think it's okay to go berate people. And now has come the violence. Who brought up the violence aspect? Was it a conservative somewhere? Did Mitch McConnell say violence? Did Ted Cruz say violence? Did Rand Paul? Did Lindsey Graham? Anybody? Did anybody from the right say it's time to use violence to get our meaning across? Or has that strictly been the left? You know, it's real common. Hillary Clinton came out a few years ago and said she's a progressive. You guys remember that? Remember when she said she's a progressive? A couple of years before that, she said she wasn't a progressive. But now she is. Okay? But, so is this progressive way of doing things? Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. Is it the progressive way? What are you looking for, honey? Is it the progressive way to destroy everything in their path for utter and complete annihilation of what this country was built on? You know, Rebecca McKay, Mad Max, not my aunt. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the rhetoric, the hate, and everything coming from the left and the progressives has gotten 1,000 times worse just in the last 6 months. Have you noticed how the hate speech has gotten worse? And then have you noticed also how they've come out in front of the press and they've changed it all have been talking about basically their playbook on how you tear down somebody's character. You pretty much destroy the character of the person. Then they turned around and said, that's what the right is doing. Remember that? Nancy Pelosi came out and did that. I remember her doing that with Kavanaugh. I remember everybody up there, Sheila Jackson Lee, everybody from the left, Cory Booker, all you guys going after Kavanaugh, destroying his character. But you say it's the right that's doing it. And here's the problem. That is trickled down to the populace. And the populace actually believes you. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. You know, I just do not understand that. Hello, Mr. Finnerty Jr. How you doing? Angela Knight, thanks for joining us. Rebecca McAfee, how are you doing? Jay Den? Joe Morrow, how you doing? But here's my problem. First, they went using emotion. Emotion didn't work. Now they're on violence. They want hatred. They want the hatred. They tried using the race card for a very long time. Well, as we've seen this last weekend, the race card is no longer a factor in any way, shape, or form. Now what they're going to do, you watch, they're going to turn the race card over to Latinos, to Latino descent, Spanish descent, everybody of those nationalities. That's what they're going to gear the race war to now. You just watch. It's coming. You know, what's real bad now is the populace is starting to attack their own American citizens, their own countrymen. They're starting to attack them because of caps they wear or a t-shirt they wear. The hate is the Democrats' number one thing right now, because everything else they've tried have not worked at all. It hasn't worked. So they're trying to do everything they can to sway everybody. So Hillary Clinton came out, 2 weeks ago, and said if casualties happen to occur on the side that doesn't agree with us, oh well. You guys remember hearing that? So Hillary Clinton is edging for war. You know, here's the problem. I do know there's some Democrats that have been in the military. I do know this. I got family members that's Democrats, and they've been in the military. More and more speech coming from the left is they want a civil war in a bad way. They want, I think to them, this civil war will be the end all, because they will, in their mind's eye, they will get what they want. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I do not know one person that's going to lay down if a civil war starts up. Everybody I know is going to step up, man and woman. And it's going to be scary. It's going to be damn scary times. So what do? You know, we can pray, but what's that going to do? We can stand there, and we can stand there, and we can stand there, and we can get hit, and we can try to turn the other cheek like the good book says. We can do everything the right way, and they're still going to keep coming. When is it going to be time for us to say, you know what? Enough is enough. It's time for us to stand our ground. It's time for us to come together. You know, I said this last week. The liberals are like this on everything. They are. They are so tight. Every one of them. They're on this one huge platform. You listen to them. Every Democrat is like this. Whereas Republicans and conservatives like this. The only time we come together is if we're going to do a march against Antifa. The only time we come together is if there's a national emergency, like what's going on at the border. 5,000 more troops being sent down there. You know, so it makes me wonder, it really makes me wonder, what's it going to take for the Conservative Party to come together, get on one platform? You know, I really hate to say this, ladies and gentlemen, but we cannot forego the midterm elections. We cannot think that we've already had them won. We haven't. My God, there was a Muslim woman who's just sworn into office with her hand on the Quran. Now, I know there's a law passed by Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, President Teddy Roosevelt, that no Muslim should ever hold office. But now we got Muslims holding office everywhere. Why is that? How is that? How is that? And I guarantee you this, ladies and gentlemen, the closer we get to the midterms, which is only what, 2 weeks away? No, it's not even 2 weeks. It's a week away. Things are really going to blow up. I got a bad feeling things are going to blow up. I really do. I got a feeling that stuff is going to happen like we've never seen before. First, we had the wannabe bomber that was planted, who is a Democrat. They can say all he wants about being a Republican. He's not a Republican. He's a Democrat. You cannot become a Republican right before you're arrested. You cannot do all of this stuff 5 minutes before you're arrested and say, oh, I'm a Republican. Can't do it. We know there's many Democrats infiltrating the Conservative Party. We know there's many Democrats running as a Republican or as an independent. And they're running on the conservative ticket. They say they are. But they're still Democrats, and we know this. We can't take for granted what's fixing to happen in these midterms, ladies and gentlemen. These midterms are dire. And I guarantee you what, if we lose the midterms, they're going to go after the president for one. They're going to go after the vice president. They're going to go after the infrastructure. They're going to go after the border. There will be no revalue of currency. They will bankrupt this country worse than what Obama had it. All the new jobs that's been created will be destroyed. Outsourcing will be doubled, if not tripled. The new agreement that was done with Canada and Mexico is gone. Guaranteed fact. All the money that is going into your pockets that was done by our president will be gone. They'll be going back into the hand of the government for the Democrats to do what they want. Ladies and gentlemen, it's asinine to think we have this thing wrapped up. We don't. We're a long ways from having this wrapped up. I mean, look at all the cheating that's going on already in Georgia. Hell of a lot of cheating there. We all seen the video of people stuffing the ballot boxes. We all seen the video today of somebody pushing a name on the Republican ticket for state representative, and it changes it to the Democrat. We all seen that. And what's to say if you do a paper ballot, what is to say they're actually going to count that paper ballot? We've heard of cases going all the way back to 2016 of people being arrested for doctoring up voter numbers on the Democrat side. We heard that California Department of Motor Vehicles accidentally registered 1,500 mysterious names come out of somewhere, some way. Imagine that. 1,500, that adds up. You know, in Georgia, they had more votes counted than there was people living in that entire county. That's man, woman, and child. They had more people. We've all heard things. I mean, we had one of our ladies call us and tell us how a deceased member of the family got a deal to vote. Another person said how they received a phone call from the Democrat Party. What can we do to get you to vote for us? We're a long ways from this being over. With all this kind of crap going on, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing all this stuff for a reason. To get you to quit thinking about what's going on. To get you to stop. They don't want you to think about the FISA report at all. They don't want you to think about possibility of military tribunals. They don't want you to think about how if Nasara comes in, every one of them will be arrested. They do not want you to think about everything they've done. They don't want you to think about right now how we, the taxpayers, are the ones being robbed blind. You know, they come out and say there's no voter fraud. They come out and say, oh, there's nothing wrong with our election system. Oh, everybody here, no matter who they are, should have the right to vote, even felons. Well, I've talked to a felon. We're friends with one right here in town. And it took him 15 years after he got out, after he did his 32 or 35 years, before he could vote. And then he had to file all this paperwork proving that he did his time, paid for his crime, he's been living a life by the law. So, and now they're trying to go after 16-year-olds to vote. 16-year-olds. I don't think that's right. You know, Kaylee Dawn, my daughter, is 16 years old. She just got a driver's license. Do I think Kaylee Dawn is mature enough to make adult decisions at 16 and be able to truly understand political matters that could have dire consequences, not only for her, but for her children as well? Do I think she's capable of understanding that at 16 years of age? I don't know. That's something she has to answer. You know, you guys seen the live stream where I was interviewing the cadets, doing the live stream with the cadets, and that one, she was ready, but she had structure, she had guidance. Spending that time in that military training helped her. But like she said, I'm 16, I could vote because I know what I've been paying attention, not to everything, but I need to pay more attention. But she said the rest of her girls that she's with in Fort Supply at 16, there ain't no way they're ready to vote, but that's what the Democrats want. You know, Amy, what's her name? Amy Schumer put out a deal today on Facebook, the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Even though it was fake, it was the most disgusting. She's sitting there and supposedly she's got her legs apart and she's got a fetus in her hand and blood everywhere. It's like she's trying to twist the head off of it. What did you guys think of that? I thought that was just damn disgusting. I think she's a sick individual. You know, and then here we are. We got guys like Jim Carrey, Mr. Canadian Jim Carrey, going after our president, saying all this crap. Well, Jim Carrey, I think your visa ought to be revoked and your ass needs to go back to Canada. So you go back there with your butt buddy Trudeau. You know, you two get along so good. Why don't you just go stay with him? You know, here's the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen. We have so much going on. Okay. These midterm elections are not won. Georgia is the prime candidate. Florida. The guy who's running for governor is a Soros wannabe. Gilliam or something like that. He's a joke. But he might win. You know, in Georgia, you got bad and worse. Elect the bad, because we can fight the bad. And we can get somebody in there that's going to do the job. But I guarantee you what, ladies and gentlemen, if we let the liberals in there, how are we going to be able to fight them? You know, you heard that old term, you can't fight City Hall. That might be what's happening. We might not be able to fight City Hall. And that's a shame. That is a shame. So we can't take anything for granted. And now we got 2 waves coming down in Mexico. And they were saying, I read something about possibly another wave that's getting together right now in El Salvador. The Mexican president don't want them. He's telling the U.S., you got to open your borders. You got to take them. He don't want them. Because I guarantee you what, his drug cartel will probably kill them all. And you know, have you guys noticed something too? Have you been noticing all the videos lately? Today I've seen 8 different videos of the migration of these hordes, especially the second one. Did you guys see any women or children in that one? I didn't. I seen them in that first group, but not in the second group. All I've seen in the second group are fighting age men. I didn't see no boys. I seen fighting age men. I should tell you something right there. Especially the way they went after that gate and they tore that gate off the post. Thank God it was chained to the other one. You know, that's what's coming at us. We have a general and a lieutenant commander on the border now that's looking for help. They are. They're looking for help. They're looking for patriots to come guard our border. We got more troops going to Texas, Arizona, and parts of Texas, Arizona, and California. You know, in Texas, them guys been running that border for so many years, they know every nook and cranny of it. Same thing in Arizona. And I have a bad feeling, this is just me, but there's going to be bloodshed. And when there's bloodshed at the border, what in the hell do you think the Democrats are going to do, ladies and gentlemen? In all honesty, what do you think they're going to do? Think they're going to pop the top? Think they're going to come after us 101% because there's bloodshed? Now, they're not going to say that they shot at our guys. They're not going to say that at all. Mainstream media don't want to report that at all. Just like Jorge, what's his name, with Telemundo? Tucker Carlson asked him, well, how many of these illegals are you going to take to your place in Florida and let live with you? And he kept deflecting the question. He didn't want to answer it. That tells you right there, he don't want none of them with him. And they're his own people. They are his own people. And he don't want them with him. He never would answer the question. So what does that tell you? And then today I see one pick somebody out of the crowd. Yeah, let me talk to you. Guess what? He's a murderer. Was arrested for attempted murder, went to prison, did his time, got sent back. Now he's on his way up here. He's on his way to America right now because he wants to have it all dropped. But he went to prison for attempted murder. And he wants to have the charges dropped. So he's coming back to the States. You know, we keep hearing this stuff about how they're starving, how they're unfit, how they're doing without so much. But when you see these people, they're not starving at all. And every one of them has one of these. A brand new big phone, just like this one. And this is a brand new phone too. But the shame of it is somebody's giving them generators so they could keep redoing their so they can recharge their phone. Somebody's feeding these people. Imagine that one. PayPal. Leslie Holker. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. You know, Soros is funding these things. The Democrats are funding these things. We, the taxpayers, have no Social Security because the Democrats have been stealing it from us. And when these people get to the border, what do you think they're going to want to do with your Social Security money then? They're going to want to give it to all of them folks while you do without. You know, I was hearing something about Jerry Brown a couple of years ago saying, no, we don't need no new people because we can't take care of the million of people we have right now in our own state. So why do we want to bring more in? And now he's changed his tune. Now he's wanting more in. But he wants the government to pay for it, not California. We have a lot of other governors like that. They want the government to pay for everything, not their state. And then you got places like Chicago, whereas basically on a daily basis, they're killing what? Between 12 and 20 people a day. And, you know, I want to bring something else up. The intolerance of the left. The intolerance of the left is so dire, so extreme, so manipulative that I don't think any of these young people understand just how much they're getting hornswoggled. I don't think they completely understand how much they are getting played. And they're getting played big time. You know, these people, my God, we all see the videos where the guy goes to the beach in California, and these people have no clue about any of our ex-presidents, have no clue about anything that's going on. You know? And it's a shame. Why is everybody between the ages of 18 to 32, why are they so ignorant? Or it sure seems that way, especially in places like California and New York. Now, you won't talk about reality TV. Hell, they can tell you everything about reality TV, but they can't tell you nothing about the real world and what's happening right now. They can't do it because they don't have the slightest idea, because they don't want to be bothered with it. Well, here's the problem. You don't want to be bothered with it? You're fixing to live with it. Especially if the Democrats win and you think, oh, I can just go play on the beach every day. I can walk around my flip-flops, not do nothing, not have a care in the world. Okay, fine. Then all of a sudden the shit hits the fan and they come at you saying, guess what? Now we want you to pay. Oh, yeah, by the way, we've been lying to you this entire time. What are you going to do then? Who are you going to blame then? Because we know you're going to blame somebody, because you guys always blame everybody else. You do. You're happy as long as you can go to one of your, what is that called, a rave? Where you put on these black outfits and stuff and go out there and you do your arms like this and shake your head and have no nonsense, just whatever the hell you do. You're happy. You're happy as long as you got earrings out of your ears, you got these big old round things in your jaw here where people can see your teeth when you're eating, and you got all these rings in your faces, and you got bumps where you put shit in your head under your skin. You're happy. But then what are you going to do when the government comes at you and says, hey, it's time for you to pay up? What are you going to do then? I bet you're going to shit a brick, because you ain't going to have the slightest clue on what's what. Are you going, well, the government told me, the government lied to you. Has there been any time that the government of the United States of America did not lie to you? I've been watching a program on History Channel, the history of the United States. And basically, it's up to the point now to where FDR is out of office and Woodrow Wilson took over, and now it's into Dwight D. Eisenhower. Well, I can guarantee you this. Roosevelt lied. Woodrow Wilson lied like a son of a bitch. You know, and if they're lying, the entire government's lying. Would you believe the FBI right now? Would you believe the CIA right now? Would you believe the DOD right now? I wouldn't, and I'm a vet, and I expect the DOD to be damn serious with me. I wouldn't believe them. Would you believe the VA? Hell no. I wouldn't believe the VA either. So, no, government ain't going to be honest with you. You know, it's just like there's stuff going on right now with China. Have you heard it? Have you heard about it yet? Have you heard about it? I have. I heard about it, and then I heard Jeremy mention it. Have you guys? About how the main man in China told his military to be ready, especially since Brazil and Germany was taken over by Trump's people, i.e. Trump's people, because now Merkel's out. Thank God. Maybe my brother's son, Jason Logan, will have a good life now that she's out of there. You know, that woman destroyed that country. I was in Germany, as were some of you people on here, and we've talked about it. Germany is a beautiful country. Very beautiful. I was over there in the early 80s, early to mid 80s, and it was beautiful. 4 marks to the dollar. I could take $20 downtown, spend all week, and still come back with money. It was nice. Beautiful things to go look at. Beautiful statues, beautiful castles, beautiful artwork. Not that way anymore. But I was told that Los Angeles, Palm Springs, San Bernardino, San Diego was all pretty areas too. But I guarantee you it ain't now. But see, things are changing. So China's saying our military needs to get ready to go to war with America. Did you guys hear about that? China's saying they need to prepare to go to war with America. So if we go to war with China, what allies do we have? In all honesty, right now in this world, other than Israel, what allies do we have? Because you know it ain't going to be Russia. You know it's not going to be all these countries that let all these Muslims in. You know it's not going to be Canada. Australia. I guarantee you Australia probably jump up beside us. And some other countries. But I guarantee you what? If we go to war with China, I'm going to get every firearm there is. I'm going to tell Donna Joe to get every firearm there is. We're going to buy extra ammunition. And we're going to keep living until they start coming close. And trust me, I used to be a pretty damn good shot. I think Donna Joe is too. Even if I got arrested on the limb of a tree so I can get a good shot, I'm going to do it. You know, folks, there's more shit happening right now than what you guys really realize. I have a group of individuals that deal with white hats all the time. And I get told all this stuff. And some of it, you got to kind of like, yeah, okay. And then the other stuff, you're kind of like, what? It really makes you pay attention. And that's where sites like rumormillnews.com comes in handy. It's the same thing. And then NasaraNews.blogspot.com, that's another good one. And there's a whole bunch of other ones. But these white hats have been saying now for 6 months, not about NASARA, because NASARA is coming. If the Republicans win, we are going to revalue our currency. We will have NASARA. No ifs, ands, buts about it. It's going to happen. Guaranteed freaking fact. But all these white hats have been telling me also, I've been telling that group of individuals that I'm real close with, that shit's going to hit the fan if the Democrats win. There's a phone call. Hold on. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Brutally Honest. How you doing?
Good. How are you? How are you?
This is Matt from California.
Yeah.
I was just listening to you, and you're postulating the outreach of the government and what they will be willing to do when people think that they're immune to the government constricting them. And it goes way back. It goes even way back to the Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War, when he suspended the writ of habeas corpus, where he could jail anybody without any charges.
Right.
And it even goes further. They passed the law of posse comitatus to prevent people from being conscripted into service, which the government, basically, it's like the government has total control, can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Put you in jail without any charges, without any due cause,
Yep.
without legal representation.
Right. And that was all brought forth to the publicly so they could know about it via the Homeland Security Act that Bush put into effect. And they did this just so the public would know that, hey, I can come get you, just like the SS soldiers did. And
Right.
we don't have to tell anybody where you're going. We don't have to tell anybody what you're being charged with. We don't have to tell anybody any damn thing. But you are coming with us.
Yeah, and that those are legal American citizens that they can do that to.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that you don't, just because you're a legal citizen, you think you have rights, does not mean that your rights are protected.
Right. Right now, according to the government, according to the Democrats, you have zero rights because they own you. They view America itself as their own plantation. And you are their slave. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I've known. Well, they just hit me with the not logged in thing again, folks. So you guys got to hold on. If I get cut off, I'm going to go to the YouTube page, Mr. Brutally Honest Show. And I hate to do it, but if they're going to cut me off, I must be picking on some nerves here. I really must. So if we get cut off, I'm sorry about that. But we're going to keep going. If everybody can keep seeing me, we're going to keep going.
That's another aspect now that they're trying to control your thought.
Yep.
You're not allowed to express, if you have a differing view from the elite, I mean, you are living under socialism already.
Mm-hmm.
Realize it or not.
Yep.